at the risk of doing a live demo, I'm going to do a live demo. And we'll see how well this works. So I think this will stay up there. Let me take this down. So this is my virtual machine sitting in the NVIDIA office down the road out here. So it's not on site. It's a couple kilometers away, or kilometer. I don't know how far the NVIDIA office is here, but it's not on site. We're connected through the network here, and this is Autodesk Inventor, so a 3D CAD app. Traditionally pretty difficult to remote this experience. But with VGX, we don't have any problems remoting this experience. It's just like a local field. I have very good latency here, very low latency. The bandwidth consumption is actually pretty reasonable, so I can do it. Matter of fact, I'm doing it over the wireless here. So I've got no network connection. I'm just doing it over our standard wireless here in the building, running my remote connection back to my workstation power in the data center. So it works pretty good. I mean, it's not dropping any frames. It's not being laggy. I could actually work on this if I knew how to use Inventor. I could work on this. I don't know how to design motorcycles. I'd like to tell you I do this design, but it's not mine. So it works pretty good. Okay, so now I'm at work. I do this work all day long, and I get this great design, and I want to go to a supplier because I need a part. I need a part off of this thing. I want to take it to a supplier and show that supplier, but I don't want to take my workstation with me. Matter of fact, it's in the data center, so I can't take it with me. So I just want to walk to the supplier with my tablet device, right, that I picked up at the local store. I carry this anyway to read my books on or whatever. There's no NVIDIA technology in this, by the way. We've got nothing to do with this thing. But it works great as a receiver device, as a client device for VGX. So we'll put it here under the camera. Hopefully you'll be able to see it side by side up here. So we are going to connect, and this is using Citrix. So Citrix receiver is available for Apple's iOS. It's available for Android. It's available for Windows and Linux and Mac. So you can pretty much install Citrix receiver on everything. So I'm just going to connect by clicking on the app here, and it's going to bring up an option to connect. So now I can go to, let's do VM2. So I'm actually connected to virtual machine 1 on my laptop here. So if I connected to it again, it would log me out on the laptop and log it in on the iPad. And that's okay, right? If I want to go use that same data set and show my supplier, that's exactly what I would do, right? I want to show you that I can actually do 2 virtual machines on the same piece of hardware. So on the same server in our data center, we've got a second virtual machine set up, and I'm going to log into that. I'm going to pull it away so you guys can see that. It's not my wife's name. It's not my dog's name. There we go. Okay. Here we go. So now we're connecting to that second virtual machine. Same server in the data center, same piece of hardware, but we've got 2 virtual machines running, each running a 3D CAD application. I promise. It's running a 3D CAD application. Come on. There we go. Did you notice that was Windows 7 on an iPad? Not typical. We don't see Windows on an iPad very often. But if you want to use Inventor, you have to run Windows, because Inventor only supported on Windows. So if you want to run that application, you've got to have a Windows machine. So let me see if I can drive this here. There we go. We're going to kick off Inventor. A different session of Inventor, a different virtual machine, right? This is a different virtual desktop for a different user, running, again, on the same hardware. Let's see. I have a trial application, so I'm going to say, okay, go ahead and try it. And it's going to boot up here. It's going to take a minute to start because Inventor takes a lot to load, even on a high-powered PC. There's a lot of data to load. Okay, so no, I don't want any tutorials. I'm just going to open my model. And we'll try this cool-looking car thing here. Okay, so this guy's still over here. He's alive, doing whatever he needs to do. Okay. Now, what's the problem? No, we're going to skip that this time. It is coming. So now, if I'm an IT administrator, I've got one machine to manage, one OS image to manage, one stack of applications to manage, and a data storage space to manage. Right? So pretty simplified model, even though I'm extending it to all kinds of different cool devices, and my employees feel like they're really, really special because they get to use the latest and greatest stuff, and I don't have to support it, right? So now we're, these cool tablet devices, everybody needs to use that. Are you loading yet? Okay, there we go. Now I'll go in. Now you know that the interface on an iPad is going to be difficult to use to design a product. So we don't expect engineers to design on iPads, but we do expect them to be able to show their data and their content from an iPad. So I've got the same functionality here that I have on my laptop. I get to just play with it, do whatever I need to, select a part. Right, I'm going to the wheel supplier, so I want to talk about that wheel. And go to that supplier. So I'm going to just zoom in on that guy. Oops, not fast enough. There we go. And I missed it, didn't I? Aren't you glad I'm not designing your car? There we go. Okay, so now we go. I lost it. Rewind. There we go. All right, so now I've got two different virtual machines running, same piece of hardware. Monday morning, we hire a new engineer. We've got a third engineer. As the IT manager, I just go ahead and create a new virtual machine with that engineer's name on it. I've got the hardware in the data center already. He's off and running, right? So I didn't have to go out and buy anything new. Matter of fact, if he shows up with his own laptop, he's ready to go Monday morning without any new hardware purchase or anything on my part other than setting up that virtual machine. Okay?